Have you ever thought about how much better we are at execution than strategy? The typical example for this is probably school. In school, we often become passive receivers of information, memorizing whole books for tests to then realize that we've forgotten everything 3 days later. But who can blame us? If we just do what we're told to, it's easy in general. We get a good grade and move on. We focus more on getting through the obstacle to reach our goals. But what if we take a moment to understand what these goals should be? School is definitely a place where we gain the most knowledge. And of course, it's also good to have a general overview over subjects like history, maths, English, even art and music. But I think the knowledge might get lost if we don't stop and think about why we're learning these things. For instance, if you have to learn pages 1 to 5 for a test, you mostly do as you're told. By organizing subjects into blocks of information for tests, we're giving our brains a boundary for what to learn. But the thing is, we learn the best when we can connect ideas with each other, like web. When you see how this aspect influences another and so on, you see the bigger picture, which helps you to understand the small parts. So, when you want to achieve something, like learning something new or understand a certain notion, it will be significantly harder to work through it just for the sake of getting it done. Instead of memorizing everything, take a step back and ask yourself what you'll gain by learning this and what's the point of doing this anyway. This might sound like an irritating question at first, but it's actually a pretty profound and necessary one to ask to have a clear objective. After all, there's nothing better than knowing what we want and why we want it. If you don't have a direction, you'll always perform average, because you'll be distracted by executing a given task instead of taking this step back and reflecting on what we're actually trying to achieve. Some people might think, oh, I don't have time for this, I have to focus on my goal and not get sidetracked. Or they might say, this is a waste of time, why should I do it? I'm gonna tell you why. Our results can only be as good as the aims that first led to them. Hard work isn't always hustling day and night with little to no sleep at all. It also includes strategy, how and why you should accomplish a certain goal. Imagine a marathon runner preparing for a race. Their goal is to finish the 42 kilometers, but simply running a day and night won't guarantee success. Instead, they strategize, pacing themselves, hydrating, and adjusting their speed. Their hard work isn't just about hustle. It's about smart choices aligned with their aim, to cross the finish line. That's also how the marathon runner can save some time by precisely adjusting their training to have a quality outcome. Furthermore, you can use this strategic approach not only for sports, but also for work, school, and other hobbies you might have. Ask yourself, what's the point of executing a task this way? Is it valuable or just an excuse to at least do something? Don't get me wrong. Doing something is definitely better than doing nothing. But if this goes on for weeks or months, then I would definitely recommend using strategic thinking. I believe it also helps you to be more honest with yourself, so you can see if you're moving towards where you want to be. As you can see, taking a strategic approach to learning and achieving your goals will, first of all, help you see the bigger picture of a concept, and in return help you understand how it connects to other aspects. Secondly, you'll be able to see the direction you need to take. Thirdly, it will save you time, instead of mindlessly working on your task. In a world where there are thousands of answers to problems out there, nothing is better than taking a step back, reflecting, and using common sense to solve them. With all this in mind, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts on this topic in the comments. And with this being said, peace. See you in the next video.